Hey, we're back again. Homework number 11. We've got the standard 4 examples, 4 homework problems. Homework 11 deals with questions 45 through 48 on the assignment. And this assignment, homework 11, noon, Wednesday, April 29th. Okay, let's get on it. Homework 11. All right, this is where we've got to solve for an x and for a y. That's not erasing very well. All right, so this process is called solving by substitution. So you've got 2 ways to solve math problems for homework 11, 12, 13. First one's substitution. So that's what we got to do today, solving by substitution. So when you do this, you got to show this process, the substitution process. All right, let's knock this out. Okay, here we go. We've got 2 equations for number 1, x minus 5y equals 1. We've got 2x plus 4y equals 16. So for the substitution process, what we're going to try to accomplish here is we need to pick out an easy letter to substitute for. So you've got an x, y, a y, and x. Find the easiest one to work with. Now there's nothing with this x. This has -5, this has 4, this has a +2. This x is all by himself. He's going to be the easiest to work with. So first step, pick out the easiest letter, easiest variable to work with. This is an x. All right, you now just get him all by himself. So all that involves for the x to be by himself, grab this 5y, move him over here. So it was -5y. When he moves over, he becomes +5y. So your x is equal to 1 plus 5y. So you picked out the easy letter. You've now got him all by himself. Easy letter, all by himself. Okay. So I changed my equation. It's now x equals 1 plus 5y. The other equation that we've not used yet, slide it in here. So we rewrote one of the equations. We're now going to substitute it into the other equation. We know what x is equal to. X is equal to 1 plus 5y. So we're substituting what x is equal for from this equation into the other equation. So we're getting rid of the x, and we're substituting what our new x is, 1 plus 5y. We're plugging it right in there. All right, here we go. Now, math time. You got to distribute the 2. So 2 times 1, 2 times 5y. So the 2 times 1 gives you 2. 2 times 5y gives you 10y. And we now have an algebra equation to solve. We've got these y's right here. We've got those numbers there. So let's keep our letters, our variables together. Grab this 2, put him over with the 16. So he was +2. When he jumps over here, it becomes -2. So you got your letters, your variables together, your numbers together. Like terms together, 10y plus 4y, 14y. 16 minus 2 is 14. And just like that, you solve for y. Y is equal to 1. So we got to solve for x and we got to solve for y. That's our first one. All right. Run back to your original 2 problems. I hope you guys can see this on the camera. It doesn't erase very well today. Okay. So we're going to go back to our 2 original equations. Here's the very one at the top. X was equal to -5y equals 1. We just figured out that y is equal to 1. So we can take the 1 that we just found for y, plug it back in. Y equals 1, plug in a 1 for y, and now we can get our answer for x. All right, 5 times 1 is 5. And if I'm trying to solve for x, I take the 5, it was subtract, this side becomes add, and now I have my x is equal to 1 plus 5, which is 6. So I know that x is equal to 6, I know y is equal to 1. All I've got to do is write my final answer, 6, 1, as an ordered pair. And every time you write an ordered pair, x comes first, y comes second. So this process is solving by substitution. So that's our first look at it. Wow. This is just not erasing very well today. Okay. All right, that's first look. Let's try second look at this one. Two equations, solving for an x and a y. 6x plus y equals 20. 2x plus 4y equals 14. And again, our job right off the bat is find the easiest letter to work with. So that one's got a 6 in front of it. This x has a 2 in front of it. This y has a 4 in front of it. This y is gold. There's nothing with him. This is our easiest one. So pick out the easiest y to work with. You've got him. Solve for him, which means my 6x runs over here, was positive, on this side is negative. So you rewrite your easy letter to solve for. Y is now equal to 20 minus 6x. Okay. So here we go. We now know y is equal to 20 minus 6x. Run back up to the top. Pick out your equation that you've not worked with yet. In this case, your bottom one. 2x plus 4y equals 14. And what we're going to do is we're going to substitute for y from one equation into the other. Substitution process. So we're taking out y equals 20 minus 6x, and we're substituting in for y. All right, let's drop it in. 20 minus 6x. All right, math time. You got to do 4 times 20. Huge number. That's 80. 4 times 6x. That's 24x. And now it's algebra time. You want to keep your letters where they are, but your numbers, you're going to have to jump that 80 to the other side. So we're going to have 2x minus 24x. This was positive 80. On the other side, it becomes negative 80. So positive 80, you subtract off, get as negative 80. Now you've got your numbers together. 2x minus 24x. 14 minus 80. 2 minus 24 is negative 22x. Oh, look at this. This is negative 66. So we've got to take, get you some space right here. We've got to take and divide by a negative. So we divide by negative 22. And what happens when you take a negative divided by a negative? Negative divided by negative is positive. 66 divided by 22, 3 times. Okay. So we just solved half the problem. We now know that x is equal to 3. All we do is we run back to the very top of the problem, grab those two equations. I usually just grab the top one. So pick the one you like. I always just pick the top one. X is equal to 3. Plug it in for this x. So you figured out x was equal to 3. You're going to substitute it in right here. X equals 3. 6 times 3 is 18. Plus y equals 20. And now we can solve for y. And we are almost done. Looks like it's going to be a positive 2. It is. So you solve for x, you solve for y. So for this system of equations, x equals 3, y equals 2. And then we write our final answer as an ordered pair, 3, 2. Oh yeah. All right, 2 examples done. Okay. Okay, guys, here we go. 2 examples in the book. Example 3 of solving by substitution. All right, here we go, guys. We've got, for substitution, you've got to find the easy letter to work with. So we're looking. Here's 4x. Nah, that's got a 3 in front of it. That's got a negative. Ah, there she is. This y is all by itself. That's your easy letter. So grab this equation, and you want to solve for this easier letter to work with. So keep this y here, that 9 there. This 2x has got to go. It was negative. On this side becomes positive. So now y equals 9 plus 2x. You've rewritten the equation. All right, let's get you some space to work with. Again, let's jump back to the top. So we rewrote that bottom equation to solve for y. We're going to substitute it into the top equation. 4x plus 3y equals 9. Oops, 4x plus 3y equals 7. Sorry. So we are substituting y equals 9 plus 2x. We're plugging that in place of y. So substitution process, substituting from one equation into the other. Let's plug it in. So 4x plus 3. What used to be y is now becomes 9 plus 2x. All right, let's do some math. 3 times 9, that's 27. 3 times 2 is 6x. And again, your like terms are about to happen. You're going to keep the x's just where they are. We've got those like terms together. This 7's good, but the 27, he's got to go. So he's added here, which means you've got to subtract to the other side. All right, we're in business. 4x plus 6x, that's 10x. 7 minus 27, you got your negative 20. So here we go. X equals negative 2. All right, we're halfway there. We've got an answer for x. Now we just got to plug back in and find an answer for y. All right, let's get all this out of the way. Okay, let's plug back in. So we had x equals negative 2. Let's plug back into that top equation. 4x plus 3y equals 7. We just solved for x, it's negative 2. We can plug that back in. 4 times negative 2, that's negative 8. Plus 3y equals 7. Now we're feeling good. 4 times negative 2 gives me the negative 8. I'm going to add this to the other side. So when he comes over here, it was negative. Over here, it's positive. And it looks like, boys and girls, we've got an answer for x and an answer for y. Y equals 5. So here you go. X equals negative 2. Y equals 5. Write your answer as an ordered pair. X coordinate, y coordinate. X equals negative 2, y equals 5. So solving by substitution, we've done 3 examples. Let's do a 4th one. We'll take one more run at this. See if we can get it good and explained one more time. Okay, 4th example for homework 11. So example number 4 for homework 11, x minus 3y equals negative 13. 5 5x plus 2y equals 3. All right, guys, again, on substitution, you're on the search trying to find the easy letter to work with. So that's got a 2 in front of it, that's got a 5 in front of it, that's got a -3. Right there. Right off the bat. That's my easiest letter to work with. So choose him. Here's my easy one. All right. Solve for this x, which means your 3y has to move over. So it was a -3y. But when we run it to this other side, it becomes positive 3y. So now we know x is equal to -13 plus 3y. So we're ready to run some substitution. Substitute from one equation into the other. We rewrote the top one to be x equals -13 plus 3y. Now we got to substitute in the bottom equation. So we have solved for this x, we've got it all set up, we're going to substitute into our other equation, see if we can get our first answer. So here we go, 5. So we're dropping it in, this is -13 plus 3y, -13 plus 3y. We've got it in there. All right, got some multiplying to do, some distributing. 5 times 13, you're like, what? That's -65. 5 times 3 is 15. Oh, we got some big numbers this time. All right. These are great. They're right next to each other. They're like terms. They're not changing. This is awesome. And actually, the 3's good. The only problem is this -65. We've got to get over here with the 3. So grab that -65. But on this side, we're going to add him and make him positive 65. So now like terms are together, like terms are together. Let's add them up. 15 plus 2 is 17y. 3 plus 65, that's 68. And I'm pretty sure 68 divided by 17 goes in there 4 times. So y is equal to 4. You still got to come back and get x, so don't get too excited. All right, here we go. So y equals 4. We'll have to plug that back in and get our answers. Okay, one answer down. Let's find the second one so we know y is equal to 4. I'm going to grab that top equation again, all the way back to the top. Take my y equals 4, plug it back in. See if we can run out an answer right here. Let's see here. -3, 4, we plug it back in. So a -3 times 4 is -12. A lot of negative signs here. So be on your toes. -12 over here becomes positive 12. So a -13 and a positive 12 means your x is equal to -1. So we found x. We found y, and then we make it look good by putting our final answer as an ordered pair. All right, that's 4 examples of substitution process. So homework 11, solve by substitution. All right, let's get it all out in front of us right here. So here we go. This is Homework 11, and this is due by noon. What do we got here? April 29th? Yes, indeed. Wednesday, April 29th. And this is questions 45 through 48. All right. Well, let's put them up there. So we got the due date, we got the assignment number, we know which questions it falls under. So homework 11, solving by substitution. Okay, solve by substitution. Let's do them. So 45 is 2x plus y. It's 14. 5x plus 2y is 31. So 2x plus y equals 14. 5x plus 2y equals 31. Negative 7. 3x plus 3y. All right, guys, so we got 4 problems to give you. 45, 46, 47, 48. Here's 45 and 46. Let's double check one more time. 2x plus y equals 14. 5x plus 2y equals 31. Negative 7, 3, 3, 15. All that's correct. Let's get the next 2 up there. So here's 47. Which is 6x plus 2y equals 8. 5x plus y equals 2. All right. And the last one, 48, is 3x plus 8y equals 34x minus 2y equals 2. Let's make sure they're correct. 6x plus 2y equals 8. Let's go 5x plus y equals 2. 3x plus 8y equals 34. It's 2. Awesome. Okay. And again, this is solved by substitution for homework 11. All right, guys. There you go. Solved by substitution for homework 11.